All right, we were able to pull it off. I had no doubt. You saw how I shared my thinking process with you guys here on the camera, and that's literally what you got to do. Um, I didn't want to do that off camera. For once, I wanted to share all the steps. Let's wait for this beautiful song to finish. Thank you, Mr. Debussy. You know, it took him, it took him, it was a bad breakup. He fell in love with someone. She broke his heart. It took him 15 years to perfect that song before he released it. 15 years, guys. Talk about me taking my time with this thing. They become like your child. It's your craft. It's your right arm, literally. It's your hands. It's as valuable and as delicate and as important to you as your eyeballs or your brain or your ability to speak, communicate, eat, and stuff like that. Took him 15 years because he was not happy till that song was perfect. And you heard it. Also, when he released it, he says there was no copyright to it. Anyone was welcome to play that song and use that song forever, throughout the ages. And yet somehow when I play it on YouTube, I get dinged for copyright. But anyways, that's what I do. Why I do what I do. Um, I had time to play with. This went really, really easy, quick, fast, especially since it was a warm day. If the drying was no issue, just perfect. I went ahead, like we talked about. I went over it with fine, not this one, but I went over it with fine steel wool, no sandpaper. Once I made sure everything was smooth, or smooth as it was gonna get, I hit it with Tamiya white primer. Once again, the villain in all this. The can's not here right now. Um, and then I hit it with some aged yellow or off white, not yet aged yellow, aged white, which gives it a slight yellow appearance. And then went back over it just to highlight the ribs and the vertical and horizontal ribbing or bracing, whatever you want to call it, with Tamiya white again. And she came out perfect. She matches everything all around. As you can see, I painted the inside of the dump bed. We're going to go back over that with oils. We're going to actually use engine oil glossy finish. We'll brush it on, smooth it out with the white mineral spirits, and this stuff dries in a glossy, oily type looking thing. And that's what I see when I look at the video of our girl here running around down in Texas. And so that's what we'll do, but I hit it with black first. That'll be the base coat. We're almost there, guys. We really are almost there now. I went ahead and finally finished masking off and painting the pneumatic cylinder. She not only looks great, she works fantastic. Is as sturdy as a brick shithouse. I covered this in one of the episodes way back in the beginning. If you're interested, just hit me below and in the comment section, and I'll try and remember and dig it up which episode exactly. If you're interested in doing something like that, I did. Let me show you the underneath of the dump bed. I went ahead and did a little bit more to it, and as you can tell, she looks phenomenal. She came out super fantastic, way better than I ever imagined. So I wanted to show you this one more time. You've seen it a million times, especially on the thumbnails and stuff like that. We're pretty much just about done with her here because I wanted to show you these are the techniques we're going to use to build up that crusty, rusted part that I keep messing up on. The crash and burn, the agony of defeat. Well, we're gonna beat that one. Um, there's a lead singer, one of my favorite groups, rock group Styx, and what Dennis DeYoung always says or used to say in his concerts is winners are just losers who got up one more time. So you saw me crash and burn. We went through that together. We're gonna go through the fix together. You've seen me do in my past videos. We all make mistakes here, every single one of us, and I like to share those with you and the fixes and the thought process. So when you hit that mistake by yourself out there in your little shop, and there's no one around to encourage you or pick you back up, you can refer to videos on YouTube who will inspire you. Not necessarily mine. Use mine as a little part of that, a little sliver. But remember, winners are just losers who got up one more time. You turn on that brain that you got, and I know you got, and you start watching what others are doing and how you can go about and fix it. This is gonna come out beautiful when we're done, and we're gonna do the steps here for you guys on camera throughout this week. And you saw, you saw how I freaking screwed it up, but she's gonna look like a beauty queen when we're all done. So yeah, we don't need the music on. We're good. Let me just show you real quick before I shut the video off. What I did here is I added more running streaking effects like rainwater washing stuff down. Keep in mind this is upside down, so the rainwater would go up. I finished in with our mud. I built it up even more. Our mud effects. Let me see. Just the bottom of the dump bed just came out spectacular. Looking at it here in person, it looks like a piece of real weathered metal. It just looks fantastic, and I expect for it to be heavy, but I know it's plastic, so it'll probably be light. But yet, when I pick mine up, it's heavy because of all the metal I actually built into the model. That's another reason why I love to build my models with a lot of metal incorporated into the build themselves. It's not because I'm a nut job. But anyways, we're going to use all these techniques here, including the mud here. Unfortunately, the hairspray technique is awesome. I love it. I highly recommend it, but it did not work for me here because I had messed up the base with multiple coats of different paints, primers, and gloss, and the hairspray and the water just bit into that and created a funk. And you saw the last video how what resulted out of my mistake, not the hairspray technique's mistake itself. And but real quick, we're just about done with weathering the underneath of the dump bed. I did want to share something with you, and we'll do it here on YouTube real quick before we sign out. Is, as you can see, I did not want to hit our girl with a lot of rust sprayed on or whatever, or completely cover all the panels. But to highlight each panel, I went ahead and used Tamiya's panel line accent color. I always use black. I couldn't find my black color today, so I went with a dark oily brown. And you apply it around the perimeter of those panels, right up against those ribs, and you get that what's that called, capillary action that carries the panel line product all over. And look how it looks like when it's dry. For comparison, this is how it looked like before I applied it. I didn't do these 3 panels because I'm going to do that with you guys here on camera, just so you guys can see another technique. So it's super quick, it's super fast, it's super easy. I'm knocking over all sorts of lights here. But let's go ahead and share that with you right now. So you want to shake your bottle really, really well. The stuff is really, really, really thinned out, so it'll run on you once you touched. Very, very thinned out. It'll run on you once you touch the part of the model you want to highlight with panel line. So let's go ahead and do that right there. So wrapped all the way around. It even goes up. Now this blotch I have here on the side, that's no big deal because we're going to come back with white mineral spirits. We're going to clean that up. And I'm actually using those blotches for streaks, for rainwater streaks. Like all this here is from those blotches. So it's serving two purposes. Reason I'm having those blotches there and I'm not doing a good job is because once again I'm filming standing up and I'm only using one hand. I'm outstretched over my hobby table, so it just gives you picture a tripod or a crane stretched out beyond its limits, teetering on its wheels or tracks, trying to pick up a load, hoping it doesn't tip over. Well, that's what I'm doing right here when I do this. But the good thing is this stuff cleans up real easy, even when dry. So that's all you need to do or make it match the other ones. The other ones are all done. They're not as white. They've got a tint to it, an oily tint. The only three white panels are the ones we haven't touched, and we're going to do that for you guys right now. You're going to need a towel. You're going to need your little bottle cap with mineral spirits. Let's get to work. You dip it in your bottle cap. You blot out pretty much all of it. I like to test it on my hand. If my skin's still shiny, there's still product on it, but let's go ahead and use it anyways. So this is how I get rid of those blotches. Oh, there's a big hair there, bristle hair. By the way, you do want to use your soft, good brushes for this technique. You're not going to hurt the brushes at all, but you need that softness to soak up and to spread evenly. What you're trying to do. Now, normally, well, let's go ahead and do that. Normally, I got relaxing. This is the most relaxing part. This is the most relaxing part of the hobby. Come on, computer. So yeah, I like to have good music playing in the background. Today we're going to use classical piano. And I go anywhere from classic rock, country, uh, listen to documentaries, whatever, just to put you in that mindset of slowing down. This is so enjoyable. I could do this all night long, and that's why I chose to do it right now. We'll clean off the excess on the tissue paper. We'll dunk it in white mineral spirits again off camera. I'm testing it on my hand. Let's go back. I'm going to get on the other side of the tripod for once. So all those little streaks, we'll leave them there. We could use those. They're faint little streaks as I push the product back. Once I get them to the center, I'll go to my towel, wipe off the excess, come back with that same dry brush, and kind of blotch them around. And now you get that effect where the panel is no longer pure white, but there's something going on there in terms of aging or weathering. See this big blotch right here? Let's go ahead and clean that guy up right now. Remember, it's upside down. Normally rainwater goes downwards. In this case it's upside down, so we better push upwards. Otherwise our model will look real weird when we set it right back up on its tracks. I think we got some goop here. You can't make a mistake using this product. And if you did overdo it or you did make a mistake, clean off your brush on your tissue, clean off the excess, dunk it back in the mineral spirits like I'm doing right now off camera, reload your brush, and you can always come back and pick that up. Let's go ahead and work on these two guys right here. Let's clean up this guy right here. Pull it up. Pull this guy down. Or just go across. It's that easy. It literally is that easy. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. Once I shut off the camera, I'll go ahead and do the back part of those ribs and the framework. We did the front part. Same technique, only takes a minute as you saw. But we are done with that dump bed in terms of weathering the underneath. So you all, thank you for joining me for this quick part. We were able to rescue the model. Um, don't fear making mistakes, and when you make a mistake, that just means it gives you an opportunity to kick your brain into overdrive, and you are gonna kick ass and tackle and handle that mistake just the way I did right here for you guys on camera. Um, Long series of weathering videos, I know, but you know what? I'm so damn proud of this process and how she looks, and I just want to share. And if you guys could get over that boring factor and the results of how she's gonna look at the end of the day, it's all gonna pay off, I guarantee. And I'm sure you guys will agree with me when that big day comes here, hopefully soon. You guys have been amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you for your patience, your kind comments. Everybody, thank you. And from the bottom of my heart, and that only inspires me and pushes me to keep doing the best I can on camera for you guys, and especially for you new guys joining the hobby or coming back to the hobby. Uh, I've only been doing this about 3 years, and um, I did not know AMT 125th big rig scale models existed in kit form. And when I discovered them here in my hobby store about 3 years ago, I went bonkers, and I haven't touched model railroading since. But but I will. But just the size, what you can do with them, just the stuff is just freaking phenomenal.